welcome to part 4 of the monster MALOSSI engine build. We're going to get straight into things and we're going to fit the clutch cover today and then hopefully, fingers crossed, move on to the cylinder. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so now onto the clutch. So we've got a BFA FRT clutch. There we go. We're going to soak the clutch plates in Rockwell's oil that they provided me with. So again, thank you very much. Go and check it out if you want to get one of your own. Right, so this is the fiddly bit, but what we're going to do is we're going to insert 6 springs. I'm going to do it in a sequence like this, so it's even, like that. And then we're going to carefully insert this into there, making sure that all the springs align in each of the grooves. Okay, so that is the 6 springs in. As you can see, all lined up pretty nicely. And like I said, rather than a conventional clutch compressor, which obviously screws into the middle there, and usually a washer on top that presses it down, what BFA FRT have done is create almost this small little thread. I don't know if you can see that in there. But what it does, it's just a thread which you then Allen key on like that to secure it in place, a nut and a bolt on top, and then you screw each of them in, and it literally compresses the clutch in, which seems like quite a logical solution and just a bit easier to use really. And obviously it comes in with the kit, so you don't need to buy a separate tool. I just spoke to AD about the clutch. I just sent him a few pictures to make sure that I've done it right. But what he said is for me to take this top disc off, and obviously because the clutch compresses, it goes in and out. These are pretty, they're in, but they're pretty close. So what he's told me to do, if you see that it's very close like that, which it is meant to be, it's not a manufacturing issue or anything, to take this wet clutch plate out and to basically bend these little tabs in a vise, so all of them, in slightly, so in towards the case, so that there's no chance of them basically ever slipping out. Bending. I just cut some of the audio, like, just pause music, so it's just like listening to f***ing Taylor Swift.
I don't know if the thing is actually connected.
Yeah, it is. Can you see that green light, green thing at the top?
Yeah, but it said disconnect.
Alright, so we've got all the clutch plates in and yeah, it's nicely soaked. So what we're going to do is going to put the securing ring on. And then that's pretty much it, minus obviously putting in the centre part, which has the bearing in, and obviously this bit, which completes the clutch. Right, let's try and get this in. Don't know how this is going to go. This is going to be a nightmare, isn't it? Oh, Josh, this is a big moment. You ready? Oh! 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 This guy's got no.
Bending me over.
This guy's got no jaw anymore. But we've got the clutch in, as you can see. It's looking very nice. Clutch. Scooter.
Johnston. give me that look so steady. With my heart down, feeling so heavy. Gotta take one sip, it's not ready. When I bust this thing, man, you get me. Gotta take my racks and stacks and roll my dough, man, it's getting more hefty. I'm still the guy that'll give plenty, so shout out the plan and get ready. I told you that's my job, write rhymes and let myself fly off. Roll up on time, home is my time slot. Have you seen the size set a mile long? I was a you when making music. I better stop this thing, man, you're too sick. I said it all boils down if you use it. You get out your...
Okay, so after a lot of dremeling, Josh is there, I think we've sourced it to enough clearance. I might just sand it to make sure it's nice and smooth, but I don't think that's a bad effort, to be fair. We need to sort out the actual clutch lever itself that goes in here, so I guess that's probably the next stage. Right, so here we have everything for the clutch cover. So we've got obviously the bit that pushes on here, obviously the main part here, spring, and we've got an O-ring, which I'm going to replace with this one here. So pretty simple assembly. Basically slide the O-ring, I believe either on there or inside there. There's like a little plastic thing there, and then slot this in the top here, put this in, and then yeah, spring on as well. So I've finished the clutch cover, as we can see. That works pretty nicely. Clutch is looking all good. We're gonna put the clutch cover on that I dremeled myself. We needed a bit of room cleared because the plates were touching. So there we go, that's that all sorted now, as you can see. Adjusted the EVOC bracket, it now fits pretty well. So we're also gonna put that on today. And then yeah, we're gonna hopefully move on to the cylinder kit and the piston. Next up, we're going to put the clutch cover on. I've actually just taken the clutch out again because I put in all 8 springs.
Not like you're using a screw right now to screw them in.
I'm gonna fucking screw you in a minute. So the clutch cover is on, as we can see, with all the necessary hardware, and it says on this sheet, clutch cover nuts 6 to 8 Newton meters. So I'm gonna do that next, and then yeah, we should be able to move on to the piston and the cylinder. Right, so we got rock coils carb clean, so I'm just going to spray the cylinder just to make sure there's no metal shavings or anything in there as it's being ported. It's cylinder time. Oh, that's really gay, isn't it? Right, so next up we've got the cylinder. So I'm just going to put the other stud in and make sure they're all down and nice and tight. So as we can see, we've got the piston here. Let me take that out. We've got the piston here. I've already put the piston ring on. That was quite easy. Just got to be a little bit careful because you don't want to snap it. And of course, we've got the 2 circlips that go on each side, the gudgeon pin, and obviously the needle roller, which I'm going to cover in 2-stroke oil and put in there so it's nice and lubed up. With a small frame, always make sure that these ports are pointing down. And as you can see, there's a small arrow. Don't know if you can see that. There we go. Small arrow, which is the exhaust port. So that should always be pointing upwards. But yeah, these ports should be pointing down. And then of course, we've got the cylinder as well, which we'll put on with all the gaskets and a bit of sealant to make sure. I've also got a spacer as well that I need to put on. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan for the cylinder. Fuck. Okay, so there we have it. We've got all the cylinder studs in, and in here we've got the gaskets plus the 1mm spacer for the cylinder. So what we're going to do next is fit this cylinder. So yeah, we're going to make sure it's all lubricated on the inside. We're going to add some oil here so it slips in a bit easier. And yeah, we're going to make sure everything's lubed up and that all the gaskets are sealed. So let's finally get this MALOSSI MHR cylinder on. I guess first thing is the sealant. There we have it. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply a bit of sealant to the bottom gasket and the top gasket. Okay, so I've got Rock Oil's 2-stroke oil, so I'm just going to smear a little bit on here on the inside. So I know it's very tight, so just smear a little bit on the inside of there, down there, just so it will slide on a bit easier. And for those who noticed that the studs weren't in the correct way or the same way as these ones, don't worry, I've just taken them out, so I'm going to put them in the short end first. Great news, guess what? We got the cylinder on with the packer, or the spacer, and the 2 gaskets, so very happy about that. Top dead center looks pretty perfect. And then if you see, if I lower the piston, there we go, I don't know how well you can see that, but when the piston's at the bottom, again, all the ports are fully open. Yeah, looks pretty spot on, very happy with that. So next up, we've got the cylinder head's gone. So as you can see, the cylinder head's got an O-ring. So what I'm gonna do is apply a bit of oil to that O-ring to make sure it's nice and wet. So when it's dry and it gets hot, it may crack. So yeah, we're gonna make sure that's nice and lubed up, nice and wet. And then yeah, we're gonna put the cylinder head on with all the hardware, nuts and bolts, and then torque it down to about 16 or 17 Newton meters. Right, next up we've got the reed valve. So as you can see, we've got the reed valve here, the carbon petals. We've got the main manifold, got 2 gaskets that go either side, and obviously then we've got 4 bolts. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to fit this. Yeah, that should be pretty much the reed valve done. I'm not going to apply any sealant yet, and probably good thing is with this, it'll be quite easy to sort out, obviously after a leak test, which ideally I'd like to do. So yeah, let's fit this and see what it looks like after.